Hey there, fools. Big T here, and I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to show you some accessories and things of that nature to help you to enhance and help you to get the most out of your Nintendo Switch. These are things that I've accumulated over the years, not something I just picked up randomly right away or just now. But these are things I got over the years that I felt like, maybe I should add this to my Switch to make it a little bit more comfortable here. Or just, I like my accessories. I like customizing my console if I can, and the Switch just screams customizing and customability. I think I made that word up, but unfortunately Nintendo doesn't do a lot of stuff themselves to make that happen, so we got to be a little bit creative, which is cool. I like being creative, if you guys don't know. But yeah, so let's look at some of the things I got over the years to help enhance my Nintendo Switch and just make it my own. First, we're going to start off looking at some of the kind of controller-ish accessories. One of the first things I picked up, a lot of people wanted that D-pad experience with their Joy-Con, and they couldn't really get that in handheld mode, so Nintendo licensed these bad boys. These are pretty obsolete now. They work really well. They don't have a battery or anything like that. You can't play them off of the Switch, but that's fine. But they do the job in handheld mode. But like I said, you'll see later that I've kind of moved on from kind of the form factor, if you will, of the Joy-Con. So let's move on to the next thing that I got, and that is these bad boys here. And these were basically released around the time of ARMS, and it was just to help you kind of get a better grip on your Joy-Con, and they work really well. I have some right here attached to the Joy-Cons themselves. And as you can see, I also have my own little thumbstick controller covers, if you will, which is the kind of the Pokeball kind of look to them. They're really cool. But these work really well because if you're playing split Joy-Con, if you're handing off a Joy-Con to somebody else, they fit really well. Like, they give you more like space to put your hands on. I have fairly big hands. They're not huge or anything. But they're probably a little bit on the large side. And, the Joy-Cons themselves don't feel really well or don't fit really well in your hands. So these give you some extra space. And also, there's some extra battery life also given. You can put your own AAA batteries in here and prolong your kind of usage. But I never do that. The only reason I bought these, and it was the main reason, was so I can have extra grip when I go split Joy-Cons. And I can't seem to get this thing back on. There we go. And because that's something I used to do a whole lot. I don't do as much anymore, but it helps split Joy-Cons. It makes it almost kind of the size of your Wii remote. It kind of gives you that kind of width and size to it, so much more comfortable in the hands playing something like I used to play, and I still will play going in the future, Super Mario Odyssey. I also play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild split Joy-Con. I just love how that feels, and I've just done it from the beginning, so I'm going to continue to do that. And this is just the way to play it right here. Also, if you're doing like Labo stuff, you guys saw my VR headset. I'll show you that in a second if you haven't seen it already. But that is a better way. Also, instead of having to hold them up here, it feels more comfortable. It almost feels like the HTC Vive in a way. I mean, it doesn't have that kind of same control, but it just feels better in your hands when you're doing virtual reality or, mostly 3D VR stuff. So yeah, if you want to do split Joy-Con, this is the best way to do it, I think. There are some other grips out there, but I think these are licensed by Nintendo themselves for sure, and they feel really well. Like I said, they were kind of made for ARMS, so you can do the whole motion control stuff with that. So, but a necessity for sure is this lovely device here, and that is the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. You definitely got to have one of these at this point, especially. You could get away with it early on, I think, but we all know the Joy-Cons kind of didn't hold up or haven't held up over the years, so you're definitely going to want a Pro controller. This bad boy gets 40 hours, I believe, to the charge, which is you'll go days and days and days without having to charge it or think about it. And it's a really good controller. It feels really good. It's one of my favorite controllers to the touch, for sure. Great functionality. The HD rumble isn't as predominant in this controller as it is in, say, the split Joy-Cons. That's why I still love doing split Joy-Cons, so I can get that full HD rumble feel. Even newer games still use it. Shout out to Paper Mario Origami King, which uses it pretty cool. But yeah, HD rumble works really well in this. You also obviously get your NFC functionality, so you can use your amiibos and all that kind of stuff. So this is a must-have, I think, for any Switch owner. Just going with the Joy-Cons and the grip is not enough. So definitely want to get one of those. And if you want to go for a cheaper option, there are some cheaper options out there. This one is actually a USB controller. You have to keep it plugged in to your USB. It doesn't work wirelessly, but it feels pretty close to the Nintendo Switch Pro controller as far as the grip goes. It functions really well. I really like this controller. Obviously, it doesn't have all the little doohickeys such as rumble or NFC, but this is a great option. And you can also use this for your PC games if you want as well. Just plug it in and go. So it's a cool controller for that. And this, I believe, retails for around 15 to 20 bucks. So really good price on those. And now we're going to move on to my favorite option when it comes to Joy-Cons or controllers or whatnot, for handheld anyway, and that is the Split Pad Pro. Here they are, both are right here. Glorious devices. These slide on just like Joy-Cons, and they give you excellent grip in handheld mode. This is the only way I play now at this point. I just can't go back to Joy-Cons after these, and they just feel so comfortable. It's like holding Split Pro controller. You know, you split the Pro controller in half and it feels like holding that, and it has everything you need. Doesn't have rumble, obviously, but I don't really care for rumble when I'm in handheld mode. It doesn't have NFC, which I also don't use, or gyro, which I don't like to use in handheld mode either. So these work perfectly for me in handheld mode, and they add some size to the Nintendo Switch, but it fits down on your dock. If you put them on, you've seen it before. It fits right down on your dock still, even with the extra size. So these are great. Highly recommend these. They come in a bunch of colors. I think there's a navy blue, there's a red. On here, the joysticks themselves are actually all red. I have my own little thumbstick attachments on the thing on the end here, just to give them another cool little trimming. That red and black, it looks really nice. So that's how I would do it. So these are definitely a must own. They're around 50 bucks, not too pricey. I think that's a good price for what they are. You can also have programmable buttons on the back, so you can add more functionality to your gaming. These are great. I mean, I love these bad boys. Highly recommend these. Get these. So now moving on to something that will help you when you're on the go. I bought a bunch of cases. I had a really generic one. I don't know where it is right now, but it's just a plain kind of generic case that holds your Nintendo Switch. But now I have other ones. I moved on. This is kind of the second one that I bought, which I was hoping to get the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition for Breath of the Wild, but I couldn't get a hold of that. This came with that, but I was able to secure this separately for only 20 bucks. I'm glad I didn't have to pay some crazy price. These became abundant enough to where the price went down to 20 bucks, so these are great. I like how they look, but the functionality isn't all that awesome to me. Like, it's a really nice thing to have for my collection or whatever. You can put a bunch of games in there, obviously, accessories and all that good stuff. But it feels a little, see how it's all squished in? It's probably hard to tell here, but it's a little squished in. And even with your GameCube, even with your Switch in there, it doesn't feel all that safe. Like, this is better for looks as far as I'm concerned, because it kind of caves in. I'm pushing it out. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera, but it's a little flimsy. Even though it looks cool, looks like the Sheikah Slate, obviously. And there's the back of it right there. But not the best as far as protecting your Switch, I don't think. So before I got the Split Pad Pro, I moved on to this, which I like a lot better. As you can see here, this is a Mario case. I got the number one Mario with the overall kind of look to it. So there you go right there. Nice. I just think it's cute as hell. And it doesn't cave in. This is much more protective. This actually looks a lot more like my generic case that I had. And it has all the functionality you need. You can put all your games in there. There's little slots in here, which is great. Your accessories. And you can't fit too much in here. But once I got my Split Pad Pro, unfortunately, this didn't work anymore. I couldn't use this. There are other options. I think the Fire Grip or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. But I actually found this, bad boy. I don't remember the name of it, but this I looked it up, and it was good for carrying also like your power adapter and your Pro controller. And I was like, well, this has to be big enough for me to put my Split Pad Pro in, because those things are big and you can't put them in a regular Switch case, and this is perfect for that. So you open this up, it's nice and sturdy, like this is like not gonna push in at all. You got room for your games. Your Switch goes right here, just the screen itself. You can detach your Joy-Cons or your Split Pad Pro, which is what I do, and I put it down in this part, and since it's so deep, it will fit down in here, and you can still close it, and your Switch screen, like I said, could go here, and you can even throw in a power cord, a power adapter. Your power adapter that's plugged into your dock will fit, and it's perfect for that. So, and I love the red and black. I got the red and black theme going, which I love. So yeah, love this thing. So this is a great case for that. Now, as you can see behind me blinking, we'll get a better look at it in a minute. My dock, my neon flashing dock, which comes with different face plates. I've shown you guys that before. I wanted to pizzazz up and snazzy up my dock, and I wanted to make it look really cool and all that stuff. And so, but these things are a little bit more expensive at this point. Like, you can get the dock itself with a couple of face plates for around $20, but I have custom plates that you can see on there right now. Is my Smash Brothers plate, and there's a bunch of other plates that are custom made. I get mine from a seller in Puerto Rico. He custom makes these plates, and they're a little bit more pricey. The plates, just the one plate, will run you about $30 shipping. But you can get some really cool looking things that you'll never get, and they function really well, as you can see. So if you're really into that, you get that dock for $20. Comes with two plates. One has Mario Odyssey, one has Breath of the Wild with the Sheikah slate, or the eye of the Sheikah on it. And then you can also get tons of other things I've seen, like Animal Crossing. I've seen Metroid. I've seen all kinds from this seller. I'll leave a link in the description if you guys care to check out that seller who makes these custom plates, and that way you can get more than what just comes with the dock itself, if you care to do that. A little bit more pricey, but then it snazzes it up. All right, so as you can see here, I got my Split Pad Pro controllers on the side of my Switch here, looking really nice and whatnot. And another thing that happened along with the Joy-Con issue, a pretty good amount of people started having issues where there was like this cracking or chipping in the Switch itself. At the top, somewhere around the vent, somewhere around the cartridge slot, there's been cracking and whatnot, mostly due to probably overheating or just heating of the plastic itself. And so I noticed when that happened to mine, and I hated that. So I decided, if I'm going to get a new back put on, because I wanted to get a new back to replace it, I realized that I could just replace the back, because a lot of the cracking itself, most of the cracking, if not all of it, especially on my Switch, I know it's probably different on some other people's who has issues, but on my Switch, the cracking was on the back plate mostly. So I decided, well, let me just switch out my back plate. But I didn't want to just get another regular back plate, the Nintendo Switch style back plate. So I decided to get something cooler and custom. As you can see, I love that red and black look. So I said, let me get a cool black back plate to go on my Switch. And as you can see there, nice and snazzy. It's a clear kind of atomic, what Nintendo used to call like the atomic purple, atomic green colors back on the N64. So you can see through, which I think really looks cool. I always like that look of the semi-transparent. And so I did that. It actually comes with a red kickstand, but I decided to keep my black kickstand. And it doesn't have any logo or anything in the middle. So I found somebody who made like custom decals and whatnot. Found me a custom Switch decal. Got the good size for it. I didn't want to put it exactly in the middle. I wanted to make it look cool, especially if I'm out somewhere and somebody sees the back of my Switch as I'm playing it. They can be like, "Oh, I never seen a Switch like that." Nice conversation piece, right? So the vents are also still red. I think they come black as well. I'm not sure if they came red or not, and I just kept the black because I wanted that. Again, I wanted to have that kind of black trimming on there, and it just makes it look really cool. and there's no way I'm going back to the Joy-Cons handheld ever again because these bad boys are great. If somebody came out with some of these that actually had more functionality in them, like Rumble, maybe not Rumble, I don't care too much about, but maybe where you can do split pad, you can actually take it off the Switch itself and it still has power. Maybe I would, rock that. But these, I love this. Now this is my Switch. Obviously there's other things that people have been doing to their Switch on the software level where they're just upclocking and all that kind of stuff. I'm not showing you how to do any of that. I don't want to get in trouble, but I don't really want to get into that. I might even do that myself. If a Switch Pro actually does come out, I might mod mine and do all kinds of cool menu things, custom menus and all that kind of stuff that I've seen. But right now I'm pretty happy with this setup here. And yeah, so these are just some ideas for you guys to customize your Switch if you want to do that, enhance that Switch and make it your own. Now my Switch doesn't feel like that whole factory look. It has my personality, my kind of feel to it. I love that red and black. My sports car that I love, my Camaro, is actually red and black. I just love that combination together. So always been really cool looking to me, probably since like Knight Rider or something, where I just love that kind of the little red flashing light and all that. So yeah, so that's my video here for you guys to check out how to enhance and customize your Switch to make it your own and make it look really cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button and make a little comment down below. Tell me what you think. Do you think these are cool things? You have something you might want to share? You got some cool idea that I didn't, put together here? Like I said, it's not too much crazy personal customization outside of like the Switch dock with the special plates and the back plate, the see-through back plate that I got that's red. But I love how my Switch looks now. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you as always again for watching and listening, and see you folks next time. Peace out.